Learning songs is a necessary part of achieving proficiency on the guitar. It's also one of the funnest things we get to do because once we learn our favorite songs, we get to play along to them and pretend we're the fill in guitarists of our favorite bands. If players are not inherently interested in learning and playing along to songs already, they will certainly hear guitar teachers recommend that they do so. While this exercise can be fun and beneficial, there are some pretty important considerations that are often missed by guitarists. As a result, it can be easy for players to be deceived into thinking that their playing in these situations is better than it truly is. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the benefits of playing along to songs, the biggest mistakes players make when doing so, and how to resolve the issues and optimize your experience with the exercise for better skill development. On top of that, I'll be giving away a simple, powerful tool for guitarists who are serious about taking their skills to the next level, and you're not going to want to miss out on that. So stay tuned because I'll be sharing more about that shortly. So now let's get ready to rock. So you can reap some serious benefits with learning and of course playing along to songs. I'm not talking just riffs or bits of songs, I'm talking about the whole song itself. If you're not already learning and playing along to songs, you're already missing out on some serious opportunities. So first of all, one of the natural benefits you pick up on when you're learning and of course ultimately playing along to a song is that you commit to learning something in its entirety from start to finish. And this is a process that weeds out a lot of people who may have a fleeting temporary interest in learning the guitar because it really truly tests and develops one's patience. And that's one of the most critical skills you'll need as a musician because the journey is a long one. If you're not going to commit to learning a song, a whole song from start to finish, you're not going to get anywhere close to that guitar hero of yours that made you want to pick up the axe in the first place. Another awesome benefit that occurs naturally when you're learning and playing along to songs is that you learn about song structure and you can even learn how songs are brought to life. So the structural elements such as the intro, the verses, the choruses, a bridge, an outro, etc., are all things you get to dissect one chunk at a time, and then you can take a step back and look at how all the pieces flow together. And over time, you'll even get to pick up on some little production and arrangement tricks that can elevate a song to new heights. Lastly, of course, is that playing along to a song helps a lot with developing your timing, especially if that's a glaring issue for you. If you're noticing that when you're hitting play on that track and the band and the whole song is getting ahead of you or you're getting ahead of the song, that's some immediate feedback that can help correct you with your timing. Of course, there are bits to that that are often overlooked, and we'll jump into that very shortly. And I'll go over how you can make sure that you're not leaving those rhythm gains on the table. But as we continue our discussion and learn more about the missed opportunities and ways to optimize our practice experience, I've got a special gift that I want to give to you right now, and it's my Guitar Gains cheat sheet. It's a completely free tool designed to ensure that your guitar skills will get to the next level. It uses my best scientifically based hacks on how to make consistent progress, eliminate poor practice habits like practicing in waves, and it also includes a customizable goal setting template to help you figure out your next guitar goal and absolutely crush it. I've put a link for this cheat sheet in the description so you can just grab it there now so you don't forget. And you can also just head over to zachsharguitar.com and download it there for free. So despite being a really fun and powerful exercise that can help you a lot when growing as a player, there are a lot of missed opportunities and aspects of playing along to songs that are often overlooked when we're sitting down and trying to jam out to our favorite songs. So what I mean by that is when players are sitting down to do this, they don't always catch the mistakes that they're making. And this can be especially easy to do if the audio levels of the song and your guitar or your amp are disproportionate. Disproportionate in the sense that the level of the song itself is overpowering your guitar or your amp enough to the point where that's pretty much all you're hearing. So when you're focusing on the player that's playing along to the song more than your own playing, you might be thinking that you're hitting it spot on, note for note, even though it's not you, it's what the player's actually doing. And it can be more than just a sonic thing, just the physical nature of the audio levels themselves. It can actually be more of a psychological thing, because wrong notes can blend into what you're playing over without you even noticing if your attention is more focused on the song than what is coming from your fingertips, your guitar, your amp, whatever. So really, if we peel back the layers on this, the mistake occurs when we're using the track as more of a listening exercise, unintentionally even, in a way to kind of jam out to the song, as opposed to it being a practicing exercise where the track is almost playing in the background. And on top of that, when you're playing along to a song, one of the mistakes you might make is that you may feel like you're playing on time and overlook or completely miss instances where your timing is actually off. And so, due to the nature of this exercise, it's really an in the moment experience because you're trying to keep up with what's constantly coming at you because the song is constantly flowing with time. So you don't get too much of an opportunity to really reflect on how well your timing actually was. And so, unless your timing is something that's a really big struggle for you, these types of mistakes can be more subtle. The timing might not be way off, but it might be off enough in a way that you don't actually notice as you're playing. So, how do we resolve these issues and make our experience much more productive when playing along to songs? Well, what I would recommend is avoid using headphones unless you can also hear your guitar through them. So if you're just jamming out to the song and all you're hearing in your headphones is the song itself, and you're relying on an amp or even an acoustic guitar to be loud enough to overcome that in the background, your focus is naturally not going to be where it ought to be if you want this to be productive. So if you're using headphones, make sure you can also hear your guitar through them. And so on top of that, something you want to do, whether you're using headphones or not, is to make sure that the audio levels are balanced in a way where your guitar or your amp is the dominant sound. You almost want the track you're playing to serve as background music, just loud enough to know where in the song you are and to help you keep timing. But the absolute best thing to do if you really want to reap the most benefits from playing along to songs as a practice exercise is to record yourself doing so. This alleviates the issue of not being able to reflect in the moment as you're playing to a song, because you could always go back and watch the recording or listen to the recording to identify any potential mistakes you may have made when you're playing. And so any recording method is totally fine. Ideally, you would video record yourself on your phone, for example, so that you can identify mistakes and form failures visually. Naturally, when you do that, you will pick up on the audio as well. And on top of that, I would try to find a way to isolate the recording of your guitar playing in a way that separates it from the track or the song that you're playing over, so that way that audio isn't seeping in to your review of the recording. So that way you can really discriminate between the guitarist and the song you're playing to from yourself, the guitarist who's trying to get better at playing the song. And I would recommend using something like a digital audio workstation. Like, I'm a Reaper guy, I love Reaper. And so if you have that set up, all you would need to do this exercise is directly plug your guitar into an interface, which then connects to your computer. And as a side note, using something like that also gives you the opportunity to record your own original ideas and edit them and just have a ton of fun with music production. And if you're an acoustic player, you can do the same thing by plugging a microphone into your interface and recording that way, and then just doing the same thing from there. So if you're not already learning and playing along to songs, you're missing out big time. Why rob yourself of all the fun and skills that'll come your way? Just don't overlook the missed opportunities when doing so, because you could be tricking yourself into thinking your playing is more accurate than it might actually be. Whether this is something you're already doing or know it's something you should be doing more, don't overlook the missed opportunities that we've discussed. If you incorporate the audio and recording considerations into what you're already doing when playing along to songs, your skills will drastically improve and your playing will be a lot tighter. Plus, at that point, you get an opportunity to reflect and critique your own playing if needed. And if you're serious about leveling up your skills and being the best guitarist you can be, don't forget to download my free Guitar Gains cheat sheet if you have not done so already. It gives you my best scientifically based tips on how to make consistent progress, conquer any goal, and eliminate poor practice habits like practicing in waves. So just click the link in the description or go to zachsharguitar.com and download this awesome free resource. I'm Zach with Zach Shar Guitar. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.